Hi everyone. It's been a while since I've done an update. Been not really missing in action. I've been focusing on other things and had a lot on the go, as you all know if you've been following me. Um, as I posted recently, earlier today, that today is Ron's birthday. He would have turned 75, and I miss him very much. I'm okay. I'm managing spectacularly. But if there's one day to get choked up and to shed a tear in loving memory, it would be today. But that is just a very small part of today's news. And so let me continue. As you all know, I was also away for probably the longest I've been away from Dolly, um, and my other dog, Karma, who isn't here and I'll talk about in a moment, away from this house, away from home. And I had a house sitter who shall remain nameless. And she had one task of not only keeping my dog alive, but my plants alive. And unfortunately, I came home to a lot of them uh, kind of crispy. They're not supposed to be like this. Not all my plants died, luckily. Some of them will be a challenge to maybe salvage and revive, but I'm up for the challenge. But really, I told her that, don't forget to water the plants. However, if I come back and any of them are dead, I won't be upset. And of course, she reminded me of that today. And I said, I haven't forgotten. I'm not upset. Um, I don't have any attachments to anything. And so I was able to let go of that freely. She was experiencing some stomach pain as I walked in. And I said, do you think maybe it has something to do with your anxiety around killing my plants? And she's like, oh, maybe. And I said, just let it go because it's not even here. And I thought about it some more. You know, I was going to build a greenhouse on my new property and have all these plants. But after this trip, and realizing that not everybody is our plant people. Um, I can't expect someone who can barely keep 3 plants alive in their own apartment take care of my hundreds of plants that need daily attention. So this dilemma, this situation that I have here doesn't allow me to freely travel. But also there's the sense of attachment to it because it's a lot. So I've decided to not build a greenhouse. Instead, I'm going to um, build out the back and have a sunroom. That's going to be amazing. I've been back and forth with my builder to design uh, my house. Anyway, so I'm just going to pare down. I'm not going to have hundreds of plants, and I'm not really even interested in selling plants either. I don't want to So I've decided to officially retire. That's another news. But that's like, I know it's big news, but it's not really big news because I've decided to not work for money. Instead, I want to volunteer and I want to give. And I don't want to sell plants for money. I just want to give them away. And so I decided to just keep plants that are really easy to grow, like aloes, which I have plenty of, and snake plants and jade plants, which they're all so easy to propagate. And I can just give them freely and not deal with some of my super rare plants that I have that are heartbreakingly not surviving or thriving. But anywho, I moved on and I've detached just like that. Dolly has been so sweet. She turns 5 this year. I know she misses Ron. And right now we're all missing Ron. And you know who else we're missing? We're missing Karma. So let me give you an update on Karma, my husky that I rescued just after Ron passed, actually. And I renamed her Karma. And she's a handful. She's run away 5 times. I had to like drive down the street chasing after her. Um, so it's challenging to deal with her. But that being said, I couldn't leave my house sitter with her dog and 2 of my dogs. I can't even manage 3 dogs. I can't imagine anyone else being able to manage these 3 dogs. So I decided to put Karma with the rescue that I rescued her from, and she was, you know, graciously accepting Karma because she loves Karma, and Karma and her husky Timber really get along great. However, because she's a rescuer and she lives on a farm with other rescued animals, and a lot of them right now are really small morkies, which are apparently really popular. And she rescued all these morkies from just a horrible situation. Anyway, I digress. Karma is staying with her, but after about a week, or not even, um, a few days really, just the report was that Karma was being aggressive with some of the other dogs, and she does have resource issues and guarding issues. So I inquired about having her, rehabilitated, trained, get, get rid of that, change that, modify that behavior. And she said, yes, absolutely. I can hook you up with my contact. We'll do it through my rescue. You'll get a discount. Awesome. And so now Karma's there for a month, 30 days or, a month to train under these, I guess, really amazing um, kennel. Um, and so I won't see her for another maybe 2 weeks, I guess. And so that's what's going on with Karma. So hopefully that will be taken care of, and I won't have to say, Karma, you're a bitch. um, anyway, so I'm back home. I'm safe. I went to Florida for a meditation retreat. So, in fact, it wasn't my meditation retreat. It was a retreat that I helped organize, me and one of the other directors at Siramangalo International. Um, we we worked together on this retreat, and it was amazing because I couldn't do what he did, which is help really organize and do all the finances and set all that up. And my contribution was, as you can see, cooking. So I cooked for all these meditators, and as well as the monk, and went shopping every day and cooked 2 different meals every day. And I felt it was very easy for me with my background working in the kitchen as a former chef. They were all very grateful that a lot of gratitude, and a lot of people saying that the food was just exceptional, and like how is this restaurant quality? I don't understand. How did this even happen? They're all kind of confused. But so that was nice to be able to provide and serve and use my abilities. So it was a great opportunity. But I was also there on a meditation instructor course. So I was there to sit in on all these meditators and sharing their journey and watching them transform before my eyes, and really understanding what I've been through with when I did my retreats, and to be able to now teach that, it would be an honor. I'm humbled by it, and it's just wonderful. And so Ada and I, we were talking, and we came up with this really cool, neat idea, and I already started looking into it, and I'm going to be talking to somebody. So I'm going to look into teaching meditation at the prison not too far from here, in the next town over, I believe. And the farmhand that works here, his brother actually works at the prison. So I reached out to him and said, hey, could I volunteer teaching meditation to the inmates, whoever is interested in listening? I can share my personal story, which was very impure and very, dramatic and not great. I've been through quite a bit, quite a lot, and a lot of transformations along the way. But and so he reached back. He messaged me back and said, yeah, I'm sure that they would love that. And so that's happening. That all just happened like literally within the idea was just 2 days ago, and I might be able to actually start something soon, because why not? So that's one of the exciting things, that's the newest thing. And I've also made the decision to turn my house into a meditation center. So I'm on my new property. I have this main house that's a 4 bedroom, and and that's basically it, right? It's a 4 bedroom house with a 1.5 bath. I just got off the phone with my builder throughout, discussing all the plans for the house, because originally we were going to make it into a boarding house, or like for student housing. But I really want to go the route of turning it into a meditation center. So we're going to do 4 bedrooms upstairs. We're going to create an ensuite bath in the master. And on the main floor, we're going, instead of turning that dining room into a main floor bedroom with a walk-in closet and an ensuite bath on the main floor adjacent to the kitchen and connected to the living room. It's going to be epic. And then we're going to do the basement into a bachelor apartment with full ensuite and everything, obviously. And I'm going to build out this huge sunroom, and that's where it's going to be. I can just see meditators coming there to eat at a sort of a large communal table or a small table if COVID is still upon us. But yeah, and then the small house, we're looking at building it into turning it into 2 levels instead of 1 level. It's quite a small footprint. It's only about 800 square feet. But we might expand on that a little bit and build a second floor. And that's where I want to have the Buddhist monk that I've been working with, my teacher, Venerable Yuttadhammo, and offer him to live there. And then if another monk wants to join an organization, or somebody maybe wants to ordain as a monk, maybe someday, one day, can live in the unit above, completely separate and separate from the main house where the meditators will come and stay for 2 weeks or 1 month or however long that they're staying for retreat. And then in the back, I have this huge barn that's like 40 by 60 with just like giant double doors. Right now, it's being used to house pavement. There's a pavement company that's renting the barn, apparently. But once this, but I want to build that into a meditation hall. I want to try to find a giant Buddha statue and put it in there. So that's what's going on. But yeah, so that's a lot. And there's still more, believe it or not. I want to also share, I mean, I know I made a video about my Pyrex collecting. Well, it's kind of gotten a little out of hand for, my friends who are watching, who are joining me through the Pyrex groups that we belong to on Facebook. You already know how crazy I am with Pyrex, but my friends and family don't really know how crazy I am with Pyrex. So the update is that I'm collecting everything. Everything, it doesn't matter what it is. I want it because I want to create a small building because there's like a shed right now, and I want to transform that into essentially actually, no, that's not what I want to do. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, I changed my mind. Ah, this is the new idea. That's right. So, oh my gosh, how did I forget this? The sunroom is going to be my new Pyrex Museum, as well as, so it's going to be separate from the meditation because the meditators who are going to be staying there, they don't really leave their room. It's not like a social place. It's going to be silent. There's not going to be any talking, and they won't really need that area. I mean, they can still go in that area, but that's not really going to be for them because I want to put the Pyrex Museum that I want to create there. And I call it a museum. It's just a word. And it's I don't really know much about Pyrex, but I'm learning every day. And I've only been collecting for about 4 months, and my collection is kind of um, ginormous. And and uh, and I think I have so my idea with this Pyrex Museum, since the house is in Kitchener, I'm calling it Pyrex in the Kitchener, and um, I want to do sort of like a bed and breakfast for anyone who wants to come in and spend the night, and it'll be a night at the Pyrex Museum, and they can just look at and play with and use and sleep in the Pyrex Museum. I'll have a bed, maybe a Murphy bed or something can come down, and they can stay there, and they will have their own ensuite, and then I'll cook breakfast in the morning because the kitchen will be right there as well. It's going to be epic, and I don't want any money for it. It's absolutely donation based. It's whatever you can afford, and it's my gift to the Pyrex enthusiasts that are out there. Um, so that's Pyrex. I am launching my own YouTube channel in conjunction with my Pyrex Museum, and it's called Pyrex in the Kitchener, of course. I don't have any videos out yet, but please go on it and subscribe for me if you haven't already, and support me as my friends on Facebook. That being said, my first video, I think, will be a tour of my current collection. And as you know, I just got back from Florida on this retreat. I was able to stop by Adamstown, Pennsylvania, which is like apparently the capital of, the gatherings of all these Pyrex collectors and sellers. And I went to this one store that was kind of famous for their displays and collection, a huge, massive collection of Pyrex. And I just kind of went crazy in there. And I filmed it as well. So that'll be one of the videos. I'm going to be doing tours of antique shops. I want to talk to some owners. I want to talk about, I want to share Pyrex tips about cleaning. And I want to also do cooking videos. As a vegan, I want to just strictly cook vegan dishes in with using Pyrex, or at least eating out of them. I don't do a lot of casseroles, even though like all the dishes I have are mostly casseroles. But I can still use the bowls and stuff like that for mixing, and it'll be fun. So it's all about light-hearted fun, lots of just joy. Or as a lot of the members like to call it, Jeff Joy. And speaking of Jeff Joy, I've been, I also have friends who are like, I don't understand, Jeff, you're a minimalist. How is being a Pyrex collector a minimalist when you have so much Pyrex? And I say, well, I only collect one thing, and that's Pyrex. It's not like I collect everything because I could. There's Fire King, there's Anchor Hawking, there's all these other brands that apparently, look wonderful together. But I'm sticking with just this one with a purpose as well. And I've also ended up giving away some of my duplicates to random members. Whenever I see somebody who can't get can't get a certain pattern or any Pyrex in their area because they're just they just can't they just don't have it in wherever they are, whether it be across the world or somewhere in the middle of nowhere. But So I've been giving them away. I had recently somebody who was scammed. It was the deal was too good to be true, and it was too good to be true. And he got scammed, and for me, I'm like, oh, I have that dish. Let me send it to you. And they're like, what? And so that's just kind of like what I do. I like to spread Jeff joy. And so, um, I so in conjunction, so what I want to do is I have a lot of duplicates, and I'm going to do a weekly giveaway of my Jeff Joy. It'll be like a lottery. And so I've asked a lot of these members from these Facebook groups dedicated to Pyrex to friend me. So then I've created a whole list on my iPad of every single person who has friended me in the last, whatever week it has been. And it's like hundreds of people. So, yes, I'm bombarded, and it's awesome. And I love the love, and I love to give love. I love to love, and I love to receive love, and I love that you're loving me, and it's all just about love. Anyways, but and so I'm going to have everyone be put into this lottery for Jeff Joy, and I will just send them and just and their only requirement is to pay it forward with a random act of kindness wherever they are. And so, with why am I doing a YouTube channel? Because I want to be able to monetize YouTube because it's free for anyone to just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, um, and watch the video. It doesn't cost you anything. But for me, what it could do is generate income for me to buy more Pyrex to give it away to everybody. I just love that. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. So why not? And I used to be so shy and not, I used to be so nervous in front of cameras, and I don't care anymore. I don't care what people think about me. I just want to do what I want to do. And it's all in good fun and light and love. And I don't want any of the drama because sometimes these groups can be very dramatic. When, I posted something today about, oh, I bought something and it was rare. But, when I say rare, I just mean rare to me because we don't get stuff like this in Canada, like at all. I've never even seen, like, if I don't, like, no one has it. But anyway, I digress. And so I don't want any of that drama. For me, it's just like, I'm not taking any of this seriously. I'm opening up a Pyrex museum, even though I don't know what the hell I'm doing and I'm a total newbie. It doesn't matter. It's all about fun. And I love that already so many people have reached out to me and offered me their duplicates for me to give away as part of the lotteries. And one of them came in the mail today. And look, it's like a 475 casserole in the friendship pattern with the opal lid. I mean, she sent this to me for nothing because, she's paying it forward, and it's amazing. So I'm going to be giving this away sometime soon. Okay. But let me show you. Oh yeah, and I want to do with these videos on YouTube. I'm going to do like antique shops and stuff like that, and also my hauls. When I say hauls, not like deck the halls, but like my, anyway. So this is said bowl that I thought was rare, but really is rare to me. And I'm going to do videos just like this where I'm unwrapping it, and you guys can kind of live vicariously through me if you'd like. So this is the dish that I've been like, what? This is so beautiful. Are you ready? Oh, what? Isn't that gorgeous? Oops. Yep. This is a pink Amish print or butter print. Um, and I have this in the turquoise, but I didn't, and I also have it in the pumpkin, which is harder to find, but is not, I guess, considered rare. But I didn't even realize this even existed. So when I saw it, I was like, I gotta have it. Anyway, so this was one of the things that I brought back from Florida. And speaking of, when I crossed the border, everything went fine. I was had to get the test and I had to wait around. But anyway, I was thinking about what they're going. I literally had like 6 boxes in my trunk, along with all these meditation cushions and so like my vehicles was full, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna ask me like what's in my car and how I'm gonna get this across the border without like, getting it. I don't know, getting in trouble. I don't know if I would get in trouble for, I don't know. But anyways, so, and I can't lie as a Buddhist, it's like breaking a big, major precept or rule. And so I don't lie. And so I remember driving up, she's like, okay, so where did you go? I said, I was at a meditation retreat. She's like, what do you have in the back? That you got a lot of stuff. I'm like, I have cushions and dishes and a carpet and an air purifier. And she's like, okay, do you have any cigarettes or alcohol? I'm like, I don't do those things. And she's like, okay, you're good to go. I did not lie. She did not ask if I bought all these dishes. It was the truth. My car was full of dishes and cushions. That is my life. Whew. Okay, did I finish everything I wanted to? Is that it? I think the last thing is just a really quick thing about Facebook, and that I don't really follow people. Like, I don't use Facebook the way most people use Facebook. I don't go into the news feed. I basically just go to my groups and that's it. And then I post. And so, what's interesting is about Facebook is that it always has those memories come up. And today, this memory was quite interesting because, this is when Ron started getting really sick last year at this time. And last year at this time, I just finished another retreat. I finished my first retreat last year at this time. That's right. Or just like a week ago. But anyway, that was my first retreat. That was 12 days. And then after Ron passed in April, I did a second retreat, which was 10 days. And then I just finished this retreat at the end of the year for 10 days in preparation for my instructor course, which is finished, which just ended. So, whew, um, um, and so a lot of you who are new friends don't really know me other than the funny, vivacious, crazy Pyrex collector in in one of the groups. Um, and you may not know really who I am, so I'm hoping that this update will give you a glimpse of who I am and what I do, um, and what I'm really about. Because Pyrex is a really small part of my life. Um, I'm going to be devoting my life to, doing good and transforming people and saving them from their own suffering. And so I'll post my memory of today because I watched a little bit of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that video. That was that was that was deep. So I'll post that again. But I'm not going to make a habit. I'm not at all, actually. I'm not going to post any more memories from last year, not because I want to forget, but because it's in the past and I don't live in the past. And because if you want to know, you can just go back. Everything is public. I don't hide anything. And so if you want to see the journey that I went through with Ron's illness and how I managed to not suffer through it, which is remarkable. I remember actually one of my directors, the actor was like, "You handled it like a champ." Like when Ron died, we were all like, "What's gonna happen? Is Jeff gonna crack?" And I was fine, and I owe it all to meditation. So I'm ready to give my life to. It's like a new vocation. It's like a new purpose, and so that's what I want to do, and I do it freely. And I want to volunteer at this prison or something like that, open this meditation center, again, all volunteer, and then giving away Pyrex to whoever for fun, to spread some goodness and some joy and some laughter. So I hope you follow me on Instagram, Pyrex in the Kitchener. I hope you subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Pyrex in the Kitchener, and hit the notification bell. And whenever I come with a video, hit the like button. It's easy. All you need is Gmail to do all that. If you don't have Gmail, you can just watch and not hit the like or whatever, but you can still view because it's not going to be hidden or anything. I think that's about it. That's a lot. I know it was quite long. I think no, that's not that long. 30. That's pretty long. I'm going to go. Love you all. Thanks for watching and bye for now.